Hi all! So I'm going to make chicken breast biryani, and I have marinated the chicken breast. As you can see, it's been marinating for a couple of hours now. So I'd say marinate it for about 2 hours, just so the flavours can infuse. And I've just marinated it with all the with some spices, which I will list below in the description later on. Okay, so here's the rice that's been soaking, and this is about 1 kilo of basmati rice. And what I'm going to do now with this, I'm going to boil the kettle and then put it back on the stove and boil the rice and then start making the chicken. So there are 3 stages when you're making chicken biryani. Okay, so here is I put 3 kettles of water in here. It's on the stove, and in here, because I don't like bits in the rice, I bought this from Amazon. So in here is some cloves, some black pepper, mint leaves, bay leaves. There's a mixture really of there, just to give a bit of a smell to the rice. So let's put that back in. I will list them in the description box as well. And now I'm just going to add the rice into it. Okay, so the water has started to boil, and now I'm going to add the rice. Right, so I've added the rice now. I'm just going to stir it. I'm going to bring it back to a boil, and then I'm going to let it simmer. So what we're looking at is we're going to basically cook this for about 90%. So we want the grains to be about 90%. The rest of the 10% we will cook once the chicken has been added to the rice. So yeah. Okay, so now I've got another pot here. It's a medium size. I'm going to add some oil to this. So it's about 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm just going to wait for that to warm up, and now we're going to start making the chicken that's going to go into the biryani. Okay, so I'm waiting for the oil to heat up, and what I've done is I have chopped 3 onions, which are here already chopped. I'm going to add that into the oil once it's heated up, and then we're going to basically make sure that the onions are nice and golden brown, not burnt, but golden brown. Right, I'm just going to add the onions. And like I said, because it's biryani, the darker the onions, the better it will be. I'm just gonna, got a few little bits left, onion. And what you need to do is slowly keep giving it a mix. And you know when the oil has gone hot, because it makes that little sizzle sort of noise. So yeah, I'm just gonna cook this now until it goes nice and golden brown. Okay, so whilst I'm waiting for the onions to fry, I have chopped 4 tomatoes. As you can see, they're very, very small pieces. If you follow my channel, you know I like my food spicy, so I've chopped 4 green chilies, and also I've chopped some mint as well. Very, very funny, just chopped some mint. I'll add that into it as well. So, as I mentioned in my earlier part of the video, I marinated the chicken for a couple of hours. And in case you want to know what I've added to the chicken breast, so this is 1 kilo of chicken breast. It's been chopped in small chunks. So I added black cardamoms, a couple of those in there, some flavour. Added some garlic and ginger, which are the cubes that I use from the supermarket. And I've added a couple of tablespoons of this Kashmiri masala as well, and some red chilli flakes as well, and a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes now. I'm going to just check how the onions are doing. And like I said, I want to be nice and golden brown. So they're not there yet. As you can see, they're still very pale looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it for another 10 minutes and then come back to it. So let me just show you what the rice looks like now. So you can see how it looks. So it is quite, it's a bit see-through now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drain all this water out and then put it to one side until I've made the chicken. Okay, so I've taken the water out of the rice now, and it's in a sieve. And I'm going to leave it here now and just let any excess water to drain. And I'll go back to the onions. Okay, so let's look at the onions. Wow, see how golden brown they look now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, this is how golden brown you want them. What I'm going to do now is take some out, and I'm going to reuse the little bit of onion I'm going to take out for garnishing at the end. So I'm just going to take out just about that much. I'm just going to put it on this bit of paper. Yeah, and I will reuse that later on. Okay, so the next step now is to add all this, which is the mint, tomatoes and green chilies. And now I'm going to let this cook for about 10 minutes. So I want the tomatoes to go nice and soft and release its water. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes now. Oh, wow. Okay, that's how it looks after 10 minutes. You can really smell the mint in this now. And as you can see, the tomatoes are going quite soft. It has released quite a bit of water. So, it looks really nice. Oh. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, so I want it softer than it is, so I'm going to let it cook for another 10 minutes, and then the next stage will be for me to add the chicken that I've marinated. Right, so it's been nearly 10 minutes, and as you can see, the oil is now starting to separate, and now I'm going to add the chicken, which is here. I'll add that in. So I'm going to mix that in with all the onions, tomatoes, green chilies and the mint, and then pop the lid back on, and then come back and check on it in about 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes now. I'm going to just check to see how it's going. It's looking really good. And as you can see, the chicken now is releasing some water as well. Yeah, it's getting there slowly but surely. Okay, so I'll leave it for another 15 minutes. Right, let's have a look. Okay, Wow. Right, that's nearly made now. So due to dairy allergy, I'm going to use, you can see this, Alpro plain yogurt. You can use normal yogurt, but if you have any dairy intolerances, then you can just use the Alpro one. So I'm going to add 4 spoons of this into the chicken. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to give that a nice good mix. And you can't have a chicken biryani without any yogurt. Well, should I say this is dairy free, but yeah. And as you can see, it's going to have that nice creamy sort of texture, sort of colour now. I'm going to put this on a very low heat and let it simmer for a bit, because I want my yogurt to infuse with all the spices and the chicken. I'm going to leave it for about 10 minutes now. Okay, so I have chopped some bullet chilies here. It's about 4. I've got some coriander and some mint. And this is to go in the layering. I layer the chicken and the rice together. However, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add some of these bullet chilies into the chicken, because I do like my food spicy, so I'm just going to add this in. But this is optional. So let it cook for a bit longer, and then we're nearly done. Okay, so now I've got my pot that I used before for the rice. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on it, just so the rice doesn't stick. Just a little bit. Just going to spread that. Okay, so the gas is on very, very low. And now I'm going to put first layer of rice. Okay, so now I've got 1 layer of rice, and now I'm going to add the chicken onto it. Okay, so I've layered it with the chicken now, and what I'm going to do is add a little bit of the mint and some of the coriander, and now I'm literally going to repeat the process now, so it'll be rice again, then chicken, and carry on going till the end. Okay, so now I've added all the coriander I think I had left on top, and remember from the start I took some onions out, so now I'm just going to sprinkle these on top, all over, like that. Remember the gas is still really, really low, because if you remember from the start, the rice was only cooked for about 90%, so it still needs a little bit of cooking. I did make some orange colour, so just the powder mixed with a bit of water, and I'm just going to add that a little bit all the way around. There you are, that's it, you can see. So I'm going to add the lid back on now. I'm going to let it cook on a very, very low heat for about 10 minutes. And that's it, guys. All made. Let's have a look. It's been on very low for quite a while. Oh wow, that looks nice. See? And then if I just lift to show you what it looks like underneath. There you are. Let's see all the chicken. Oh wow, it smells really, really nice. Just gonna try a bit of the chicken with the rice and see how it tastes. Mmm. Tastes amazing. Honestly, it does. I'm not just saying that. Yeah, give it a go and let me know how you get on. Enjoy!